Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ali, and today it is time for my October book haul, the second half of it. This is a pretty small selection, especially in comparison to the books I was buying at the start of the month. I ordered a lot of books that I showed in that halfway mid-month haul. And then I didn't really buy any more. I ordered a couple, and a couple came in that I'd been waiting for, but I only have 5 here, and we're just going to show them. A lot of the ones that I had arrive were romance books. I haul my romance books separately, and I will be doing a haul for that next month. So, that being said, let me show you the ones that I've got here. I mentioned this one in my mid-month that I was still waiting on it, and that is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. This is the Vintage Classics edition that they put out of all of Austen. I think in 2014 it was. They've got the gorgeous, end papers and the covers and everything. I have already read this one 3 times. But I just wanted to get it to complete my collection of them, and then I decided to reread it for a 4th time. So, I will talk about this one more in my wrap-up, but yes, there we go, there's that one. And then this one is kind of like a bit of a weird selection. I've got 3 2020 releases, and then one that isn't, so I'll start with that one. And that is Autobiography of Red by Ann Carson. I don't really know what prompted me to pick up this book this month. I've wanted to read it for a really long time, but I just never bought it or borrowed it or anything like that. And I just decided to this month. So, did I really need it? No. But it is at least a nice short one. It is also a novel in verse, so I'm hoping it'll be... I don't know if it'll be a quick book to get through, because it seems like it might be one that I need to pay attention to. But hoping to read this one maybe in the next few days, or sometime in November. Don't really know. Would like to finish this one or read this one by the end of the year, so we'll see how I go with that. I think just because, it's also small, and I just feel like I might as well. Okay, on to the 2020 releases. Talking about small ones, I have Before the Ever After by Jacqueline Woodson. I talked about this one a little bit and how it was one of my most anticipated books. I don't know if I mentioned this in a video, but I did a video for Book Depository at the very start of September, which I will link below, and I talked about a whole bunch of books. A lot of them you've seen on my channel recently, and this was one of them, and I just finally ordered this. This is also a novel in verse, because it's Jacqueline Woodson and that's kind of her thing, and I love it. And I'm very, very excited to get to this one. I've loved both of the 2 previous books from Jacqueline Woodson that I've read. So, excited for this one. Again, hoping to be one that I pick up soon, because short, and I really need to catch up on my TBR. So I think if I knock off some short ones, that'll help. Then I have Transcendent Kingdom by Garci. This was the well-read book for October, and it came to me quite late, because it got stuck with Australia Post for a really long time, and it was literally down the road, which was quite annoying. It was like a 5-minute trip, so but I'm glad that I have it. I have started it. I actually had it as an audiobook from Libro FM, I did a post about them recently, which I will also link below. Look at me plugging all of my things. But yeah, I didn't really want a copy of this, to be honest, because I already had the audiobook, and I don't generally kind of do that, where if I'm going to listen to the audiobook of something, it's generally something that I own but I'm struggling to get through. And this was kind of the opposite, where I had that audiobook and then I got this, and I was like, oh, but I'm really liking the audiobook already. And but I have the book now. So it's a good book. It's not that I don't want a copy of the book. It's that I already had the audiobook. So anyway, I'm not very far in at all. I'm like 20 pages in. I just haven't really had time to listen to the audiobook and read or whatever. So yeah. And then finally I pre-ordered this one because I completely forgot it was coming out, and I did this last year when the second book came out as well. But it is the next book in the Pages & Co series. I don't know if it's the last one or if there's another one. Anyway, it's the third book in this series. This is Tilly and the Map of Stories by Anna James. Absolutely stunning editions these are, and I really love underneath as well. This one here says, good bookshops are hard to resist. Oh, and there's some pictures of Washington DC. I don't know if they go to. Oh yes, Tilly and Oscar head to America. That should be fun. I just love these books. These are adorable and they're just so much fun. So I'm very excited to get to this one. I had meant to start this like as soon as it arrived, but I was reading other things and I'm still reading other things. So I think I'm going to catch up with this one in the next few weeks. I have one middle grade that I'm reading at the moment, so I might read a couple of things in between that, and I still have Hollowpox to read, so I might kind of spread them out a little bit and have some fun middle grade stuff in the middle of all this other non-fiction stuff that I'm reading for Non-Fiction November. So yeah, those are the ones. That's the little haul. I am now going back on a book buying ban for November, or at least until the kind of Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales, which is when I will do all my Christmas book shopping for myself and for the one other person I buy books for. And so not sure if I will have a mid-month haul next month. I am still waiting on a few things that I ordered to arrive, but I will kind of see what I have and we'll go with that. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on Monday, which will be my wrap-up. Yes, it will be my wrap-up. I'll see you all then. Bye!